the money is coming. The money is coming. What's up, my beauty? How are you today? I just had it in my heart to share an interesting message with you. I don't think I've ever shared this exact message before. And as I woke up and sat out on the terrace overlooking the Tuscan countryside, sipping on my coffee, my journaling time, and my reading and reflecting, I just had this message come through that I know is important to share. I'm just going to come right out with it, and we'll build around it as it is. But it's a pretty simple yet profound and very needed message, and that is the money is coming. The money is coming. I don't want you to be in fear today. I don't want you to be in frustration. I don't want you to be distracted from all that you are capable of, from all that you have to be grateful for, from all that you can do today and are meant to do today. For any future fear of lack of money. And some of you might be like, Gina, I'm not talking about a future fear. I'm talking about a today fear. I need the money today. I'm going to tell you what. We're going to eliminate, not just ease the anxiety, but we're going to eliminate that fear today because it's not of God. If you have fear, if you have frustration, if you have anxiety, if you have depression, if you are in any kind of a slump or a funk, the only reason why that doesn't feel good to you in your body is because it's so far away from who you really are, so far away from the power that is inside of you. And I want to gently, lovingly, and fiercely invite you to gather your own energy, your own power back into your heart and your being and your presentness. As I'm going to tell you what, that's going to, so can't you feel it right now? It's already starting to feel a whole lot better than a few moments ago. And when we live in truth, the truth is that in this moment, you are fine. The truth is, in this moment, you are exactly where you need to be. We'll get there, but just saying. The truth is, you have created this moment. I know, another ouch, but stay with me. It's coming from love. The truth is, you have the power, the capability, and have even been destined for all of those dreams inside of your heart. Okay. So today and every day, we must and we get to begin again. You get to start afresh. You get to start new. And you're also going to get what you focus on. So there's a line in the Bible that says, when you've done all you can do to stand, then stand. So sometimes financial lack or constriction can tempt us into feeling paralyzed. I remember when I lived in Santa Monica, I would wake up just like with this heavy looming energy over me it was so oppressive. In my own lack of wealth consciousness, fear about money not coming in, frustration for where it was currently at. And I was living an unnecessarily stressful and depressing reality. Okay, at the time, I didn't have the business building skills that I've got today, the wealth consciousness, the platform, the connections, any of it. But I'll tell you what I did have. I had my health. I had my energy. I had creativity. I had power, even though I didn't realize it. I had the opportunity to be living in beautiful Santa Monica, California. And what did that way of being and depression do for me? It had me wake up in a slump. It had me stay indoors. It had me think all day about all of the money that I didn't have and the clients that I didn't have, and make up stories about capabilities that I thought I didn't have based on those things. And then, like Groundhog Day, I created that again and again and again. And in hindsight, looking back, okay, there was a time when I didn't have any clients, but I could have taken actions to get them, to attract them. Now, so when the Bible says, when you've done all you can do to stand, then stand, it doesn't say do nothing and all the success you desire will come to you, because faith without works is dead. So my message for you today is, in the spirit of the money is coming, the money is actually here in the spiritual plane, because it is asked and it is given. Your job is to ask. The universe always, 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 always gives. Then our job to bring it to the material plane is to become the vibrational match. And for those of us that are not yet instant manifestors, be kind to yourself. You are on your journey, listening to podcasts like this, reading books, doing the work, meditation, but all of it contributes to getting better at bending time and space. My point is, in your journey of becoming the vibrational match, I want you to do what you know to do. Meaning, if you're looking for clients, go and make the social media post. Go and send the email out. Go and take whatever action you know to take that is a direct money-making activity or a client-attracting adventure. And then I want you to stand in it. I don't want you to spin in anxiety and feel like you have to work for 20 hours a day and like spin all these plates that are juggling and that are crashing. I want you to go and do what you know to do. I was talking with one of my private clients in my Own Your Throne mastermind yesterday, and she is getting a business off the ground. She's doing great. She's got a couple of paying clients. And you could tell she was like, okay, and I'm going to work on this and this today, because she's in an infrastructure stage of her business. And she was reminded when we were in our Paris retreat, she said, I only need 10 clients. Like I couldn't even handle more than 10 clients right now. 10 clients is not a lot of people. That's not too big for God. And so in that, it was like, okay, so then what is the next step for her? And we went and looked at those actions. And your job is to take the next inspired actions that you know to take. And then I want you to let that be enough. Like, working 20 hours a day isn't necessarily going to bring the client in if today is not the divine timing for you and for that client. And I want you to know that the money is coming. If you've gone and done what you know to do, to send out your resume, to ask for the raise, to stay in the job because you're waiting for the bonus structure before you're going to hand in your resignation, like wherever you're at, and this applies to things outside of money, like maybe you're waiting for a legal battle to end or a divorce to complete. It's like there's so many times in our life when we are living in the question, meaning living in that world in between worlds. Like the solution hasn't appeared yet. The client hasn't shown up. The divorce hasn't completed. And it's our opportunity to not let that ruin our lives, to not let that ruin our day. Because if we're just waiting for the outcome and waiting for the destination and waiting to get to the mountaintop experience, we are going to miss out on 90% of a very rich life. So I want you to look at, if you are living in a house or apartment or whatever with a roof over your head, if you have money for food, gas in your car, what's the opportunity for you today? Right? Like, you're going to go and you're going to do your work on your money-making activities. And then, even though you might have a past due bill or bills or whatever's going on that the money that you desire hasn't shown up for is for, what is today about? Like, how are you meant to move your life or your career forward today without even the physical manifestation necessarily needing to take place today? And that doesn't mean you don't have a belief that it's not coming. Remember, the money is coming, the clients are coming, the opportunity is coming, the book deal is coming, the sold out event is coming, the connections and the resources that you need, they're coming. And when I say they're coming, they're already here in the spiritual realm. They're coming to the physical plane in the right divine timing. But you are here on the physical plane right now, which means there's something that's meant for you today. So I don't know, does that extra space mean you actually, because you're not seeing clients and you've done the things to go get the clients to come in, does that mean you've got time to start the book? Does that mean that you have time to go organize a closet or clean out a fridge? You know, money loves flow, and clutter stops manifestation. So if you've got like a messy inbox or a messy anything, and I want to set this up, you don't have to become OCD to become wealthy, but use today what today is for. And let there be joy in that, and let there be gratitude in that. If you have a closet to go organize, be grateful for the shoes that you're putting in place, and the pajamas that you're stacking, and the dresses that you're hanging, and the bag that you're setting up for Goodwill to send a donation. Be grateful for all of that. If you're cleaning out your fridge, be grateful that you had the money to buy that food and that you have this food in your fridge, and make something beautiful with it. And I want you to be listening to uplifting music while you're doing these other activities. I'm going to put a link in the show notes of one of my favorite songs to play, and I just put it on repeat over and over and over again. When I am like standing on the brink of a miracle, that's code for I'm tempted to say that my life sucks and be gripped with anxiety and fear and doubt that God even exists. So when I'm going to not choose those thoughts and emotions, I play the song that's in the show notes. And I play it over and over and over again. And sometimes I walk around my house and I sing it with my hands in the air. And sometimes I walk outside with earbuds and I sing it even louder as I go for a walk. At any time our faith is being challenged, we must remember that we are on the brink of an up level. We are on the brink of that miracle coming through. And it's our job to stay in joy and gratitude and belief that it is. That's why I want to remind you, the money is coming for all of your needs and your desires. And I got to tell you, I think that some people think that if you need money, that you're just like broke like I was, like never did have money and was just in debt and didn't have money. Women are suffering in silence because women at all different stages, you could be Gina from Detroit, you could be a super successful corporate executive, you could be a multi-millionaire entrepreneur, you could be a hundreds of millions of dollar trust fund baby. And I'll tell you, women have a similar experience. until the wealth consciousness changes, until the deepened faith changes, until the self-worth pieces from the times that we were a little girl and weren't seen or didn't feel valued changes. The money in the bank doesn't change that. Now, I know you could not have convinced Gina from Detroit that I would be like, are you kidding me? If I was making $100,000 a year, I'd be thrilled. Well, there's actual proof that that's not true, because millions and millions of people are making $100,000 a year and are gripped with anxiety, not enough money, fear that they don't have the money to do what they really want to do and live the way they want to live and move to where they want to move to and all that stuff. And the zeros don't matter. It's the heartbreak that I'm here to help heal. And I don't have any judgment on if you've never had 2 pennies to rub together, or you've made your money and lost your money and don't think you have the energy to rebound again, or if you're just like feeling constricted in like a high paying job but still feel like you're on like a limited budget. We're here to transform that. You are not meant to live in lack in any area or in any way in your life. And the money in the bank doesn't change that. Can it be a nice feeling? Sure. But if you don't have it rewired within you that money is not your source and that God is, it doesn't matter what the next level desire or manifestation that you pull in or call in, you're still going to be worried about the next one, or running out of money for the next one, or losing the money, or not having the money, all of that. So this is an opportunity for you to, when I say I want you to go do what you need to do your job today, whatever that is. If you're going to a job, if you've got a business, if you'd like, go do your money-making activity today. And then, regardless of the clients not showing up or the money not showing up, I want you to go and be in gratitude for all that you do have. That's why you might realize for today, you do actually have money or have access to the money that you need for today. I know it too much in myself, and I've worked with too many women across the world. They're like, but I need this and I need that. And for what you need today, you have what you need today. And that's what I want you to be in gratitude for. And that's what I want you to multiply. And trusting that today is perfect as is. I got to tell you something. Every single time this financial drought came on for me, and there have been numerous seasons at different junctures, the beginning when I was broke, and even after I made 7 figures, and every single time I freaked out and was like, oh my gosh, this is some form of punishment from God, or I must not be good enough, or whatever the thing was. And that was never the message. You know what the message was? So when I was trying to start my business and didn't have clients and was so depressed and freaked out and spent all my time and energy on that, what I realized was God was giving me the time and space to do a lot of work on myself, to read books, to get in shape, to get my business structures, have the time to get my business structures set up. Because you know what happened? Clients came. And with clients came, money came. And then more clients and more money came. And then bigger and bigger successes came. And you know what I had? I had a whole bunch of clients, hundreds and hundreds of clients at any given time. And I had a whole bunch of money. I had multi-millions. It didn't seem like I had the time to read books. Didn't have the time to go do the business setup. So I was glad that I did use that time, albeit stressed out and thinking the money would never come didn't help. So I could have done it in a much more peaceful way, because that's what was happening next. So then I went and got the clients and crossed the first 7 figures. And then the faucet turned off again. And I went into a panic again. And I was like, wait a minute, I thought this didn't happen. Now that I have the wealth consciousness, wait, I really believe this stuff. And for a whole year, it was like 2012, couldn't get a client to save my life. Freaked out, depressed, the whole thing. Stopped working out, just blah. Is that what God meant for that year? Because you know what happened in 2013? For those of you that have been around for a hot minute, you'll remember, and those of you that weren't, I'll share with you. I woke up on January 1st of 2013 and said, Dear God, what would you have? How would you have me serve? How would you have my life be used this year? And I very clearly heard coaching certification program, which I'd never thought before. So I spent that year putting together what now has become the Divine Living Academy, and went on to coach thousands of women in over 100 countries, helping them transform their relationships with wealth and start and launch businesses globally. Doing global live events. I hosted dinners in front of the pyramids in Egypt and mastermind groups on yachts in Mykonos, and spoke everywhere from Sydney to Bali to all over the world. Same thing. And I looked back and I was like, wow, Gina, that year of 2012, that wasn't meant to be a deprivation year. It was meant to be a year of rest, because you were entering in this phase where there was the Divine Living Academy, and there were multiple mastermind groups on top of that, and then there were private clients, and there was world travel, and then there was the Divine Living magazine, and there was like so much gorgeous, lovely activity. And then the next time I felt it in 2021, when I felt that season coming to completion. At first I did freak out, but then I remembered, oh, this is that era where there's supposed to be time, and it's supposed to be a time of rest and recuperation and rejuvenation. Because God's not, if I'm still here, God's not done with me yet. And I don't know about you, but I've never not gone to the top. I mean, even when I was bussing tables, I was doing it at Morton's Steakhouse. When I was an intern, I was doing it at the Supreme Court and the White House. Like everything I've done, and if you're listening to this, probably the same for you. You've gone to the top in everything that you've done. So God's going to stop now? You're going to stop going to the top now? I think not. I think that if you're in an in-between state, that it's coming. And that's why I got the message for you today. The money is coming. So I want you to be really joyful about that today. I want you to be filled with gratitude and faith and love and belief. And use today for what today is meant for. Because when you get all busy with your success and your whatever it is you're going for, you might not have time to organize that sock drawer, clean out that fridge, make that apple pie, whatever it is you want to do. I have a couple of overly ripe bananas, shall we say. So I see a banana bread in our future. So I want you to click on the link in the show notes to listen to this song, because it's just going to fill your soul, fill your soul, fill your soul. And if you haven't yet already, I want you to register for my free Wealth Revival series that I've got coming up. I'll put that link in the show notes as well. I am so passionate about supporting women transform any kind of money anxiety into absolute financial relaxation. And in this 4-day series, we're going to be going so in depth on all the things that are actually blocking and limiting you financially, and what the breakthroughs are about. And they're not what you think. It's not about dialing for dollars and massive action. You can see on the page, I outline it. There's so much that's connected to the mother wound. There's so much that's connected to a lack in belief of the spiritual connection and how to actually apply spiritual principles to your money-making endeavors and activities. There's such insecurity about the whole who am I and hasn't it all been done and what am I even meant for? So we're gonna just transform all of that. So I want to make sure that you are definitely there and definitely there live. So click on the link in the show notes to get your place reserved. You can share that link with your community, your friends. This is a Leave No Queen Behind free, totally free endeavor. It's happening over the period of 4 days. You can see the dates on the page as well. And I want to see you there because, you know, we all have the different seasons in our lives. And if we as women lock arms together, then we are going to stay empowered and strong and financially healthy together. And that includes you. All right, so let's close with a prayer. Dear God, we thank you. We thank you for today. We thank you for everything that today is meant for. And just in case it hasn't been clear, we are asking. We are asking for the very specific and unique form of financial abundance and prosperity that is meant to be manifested in the lives of every woman listening. And we thank you in advance because we know ask and it is given. So we know already as a result of this prayer together that the money, financial opportunities, ways in which of being of service that are compensated financially, they are already done in the spiritual realm. So we surrender our path today. We surrender to you in a very spiritually aligned and active way of bringing forth our good and bringing forth our provision and bringing forth our protection. We see you as source, never the money, never another person, never a situation. We connect with you as source. And in the connection with you right here, right now, in this moment, we are whole. We are healed. We are prosperous. We are loved. We are safe. We are financially abundant. We are worthy. And we thank you for this and pray this believing. Amen. All right, my darling. So go click on the link in the show notes. Get yourself registered for the Wealth Revival Series. It's totally free. And I want you to take a screenshot of this episode and tag me on social media and let me know what was your favorite part, what was your takeaway. Let's spread the love. Lots of love.